and women alike have trouble removing fat from the belly region and the love handles. The reason is, this is the first place that fat is deposited when you gain weight, and it's the last place the weight comes off when you lose weight. The leaner you get, the harder it is to lose fat because the body wants to retain this last little bit of fat for survival purposes. Now, you could get rid of this last little bit of fat here by brute force dieting. The problem with that is you're going to lose muscle along with the fat, and we don't want that. What I'm going to show you here is a great technique for removing this last little bit of fat without removing muscle, and it's carb cycling. And with this carb cycling, your body fat is going to drop to the point where your final fat stores are removed. And for most people, that's in the love handle and belly region. Now note, this is not spot fat removal. There is no such thing as spot fat removal. All you can do is lower the overall body fat level and let the body decide where the fat's coming off. Carb cycling is an amazing fat loss technique. It's not a fad diet. It's a modification of the zigzag diet developed by Dr. Fred Hatfield several decades ago. But it's not for everyone. If you have 20, 30 pounds to lose or so, just good old-fashioned nutrition and exercise is all you need to lose weight. Where carb cycling really shines is where you're already lean. You have 2-pack, maybe 4-pack abs, and you just can't seem to get leaner, to get that complete 6-pack washboard. Carb cycling is an amazing technique to take you from lean to ripped without losing muscle. The carb cycling program I'm suggesting here is a 4-day cycle. The first 3 days are low carb, and this is where you burn off the fat. The 4th day is high carb, and that's to keep your body from going into starvation mode. Starvation mode is bad because it lowers your metabolic rate, which makes it harder to lose weight, and it also starts to burn off muscle, which is obviously bad. Now, carb cycling is great, but there's a problem. It's really, really complicated to figure out what you need to eat and when. That's why more people don't do carb cycling. It can take days of research and calculations to figure out just what to eat on your low carb day, let alone your high carb day. But if I got a solution for you, on my website, I have a personalized carb cycling meal planner where you answer 5 quick questions which establish your metabolic rate. That's how many calories you burn in a day. And my software automatically generates personalized meal plans for you for both your high carb and low carb days. And it tells you the exact quantities to use on each of your meals. What could be easier than that? To find my meal planner, Google personalized carb cycling, or you can just go to scoobysworkshop.com and look in the nutrition section, carb cycling meal planner. Let me show you how to use that now. So you go to nutrition, carb cycling meal planner. Up at the top is a quick 2-paragraph description of carb cycling. Just a word of warning. I've used carb cycling and it's worked great for me where nothing else has, but I'm not an expert or medical professional. If you want to learn about carb cycling from the experts, you can check out these excellent books by Will Brink and Tom Venuto by clicking on these 2 links. Or if you don't care why carb cycling works and just want to use it, you can use my personalized meal planner. Later. So as I mentioned, we're going to answer 5 quick questions that's going to establish our metabolic rate, and then it's going to automatically give us our meals. So I've answered all the questions. This is just an overview of how many calories you need. You can skip that. The most important part is your personalized meal plan. So here are your 6 meals for the 3 low carb days. It gives you the exact quantities of everything you need to eat. No guesswork here. And then it also gives you the meal plan for your high carb day. Again, it gives you the exact quantities for all of your 6 meals on that day. Now, you might find some of these things distasteful and you might be tempted to modify them Do not modify any of these meals unless you know exactly what you're doing. If you want to come up with your own meals, then make sure to either read this book or this book, because you can't willy-nilly just go making changes here. You need to understand what you're doing. So that's it. If you're fairly lean but haven't been able to get rid of that extra fat to get a great six-pack and get rid of the fat over the belly and love handles, carb cycling is an amazing technique that can help get you shredded. Auf Wiedersehen.